Hi guys, welcome to the unboxing quick review of this Blitzforce power adapter. So here we have the detailed description. I think can't read that a little bit here. Basically it is a very small but very powerful power adapter. You can use that for Samsung and iPhones, and I really had to bring this screwdriver to open that. I mean, the packaging is not bad, but it's just a little bit too strong. And yeah, maybe I'm too weak. So again, you can charge almost everything. I think the main target is or like a MacBook Pro or so, but you can charge basically everything. Where you can plug in like a USB-C. I mean, of course, that's just the origin, like the USB-C. You can see we have this PD adapter that's basically USB-C, but it supports many different standards, like for fast charge and quick charge and these things. And really nice thing, and the big thing is, I mean, yeah, it's very powerful. It has 65 watts in total. And it is very small. You can see that here on my hand. It's super small. It's not super lightweight, but it's super small, powerful. It has just one adapter, like it's nothing which you have. I mean, these like wall plugs where you have like 5 or 6 adapters and you can charge 5 or 6 devices at the same time. It's just actually intended to charge one thing, but very fast. So I'm going to test that. The thing is, I don't have a MacBook here which I can use to charge, but I have this. This is up to, I think, 35 watts. So I'm going to try to get close to that and see how warm it is. If there's a problem with that, I mean, this is one of my most powerful wall plugs at the moment. You can see it is larger, but it has only about 35 watts, and it's even struggling, and at around 35 watts it gets really hot. So what I'm going to do is to pull the same amount, like 35 watts or so out of this with this tester, and see if it's not getting so hot as this one and how reliable this is. Yeah, so I have it here plugged with a USB-C to USB-C. It's a little bit long, but I still hope we can get decent results here. I hope that we find a shorter one. I don't have it here. Also another problem here, I don't have a USB-C. I have just micro USB and USB-A adapter, so I can't use that here to measure anything. But we have this load tester here. We can do most of the things. So I'm attaching this thing here, and I'm going to test what kind of quick charge we can get. So I'm pressing here like always long, and then we go to the automatic detection. I'm starting this here so you can see if it finds all the quick charge, like Qualcomm quick charge from Samsung and Huawei and all those things with 9 volts, 12 volts and so on. You can see, yeah, it's nicely supporting all these things. Yeah, we have to wait a little bit for all the lights. At the end there's supposed to be 3 lights if it supports everything. So you can see, yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, everything supporting nicely. So what I'm going to do as well is to try to find 20 volts. I think it's not one of the standards. So I'm going to manually go to 20 volts and try to get power out of it. So you can see I'm increasing now to 20 volts manually, going back to the tester and started with around 1 amp. So I have to be really careful here. When we are at 20 volts, we cannot just go with this thing to 3 amps or so. It would be 60 watts, would be definitely too much. It would almost instantly burn this thing. Yeah, this is really weird. So usually it's supposed to be 20 volts. I mean, here on the description, I mean, I can show you that here really quickly. I mean, here we get some information on the side. You can see clearly here we have 5 volts, 9 volts, 12, 15 volts, 20 volts, and everywhere 3 amps, and even with 20 volts up to 3.25 amps, 65 watts maximum here. So but I haven't been able to activate that here, so I'm doing this here live again so you can see that. So I'm going to the voltage setting. Yeah, just a moment, takes a little bit till I can go up, and you can see I can jump to 20 volts. It goes back. Yeah, should be able to start this now with 1 amp. We'll check. Yeah, that's just 12 volts, so nothing else. Yeah, I don't have anything else. I don't know, I'm not sure if this supports 15 volts, but definitely support 20 volts. You're at 12 volts again. You can see that 12 volts. We have 2.8 amps. We have 33.8 watts. Yeah, that's pretty close to the maximum. I'm going a little bit back. I don't want to burn the unit and my fingers. It's pretty hot here. Yeah, around 30 watts. It's producing a lot of heat. It's extreme, so I let it run for a little bit and then try to find out how hot this is. I let it run for maybe 10 minutes or so. So usually this device, when you have something like this, it gets pretty hot, so it will be interesting to see how such a small device can hold up. So I have it now running since about half an hour. I just wanted to be sure that I get real good measurements, good temperature readings, and as you can see, it's pretty hot. I mean, depending on where you hit it, it goes up to, yeah, before it has been showing 110. Now it's a little bit lower, but you can see 108, yeah. So I think pretty close to 110, yeah, now 112. That's a lot, and we are only at 30 watts. I mean, maximum power is 65 watts. So how hot would it be with 65 watts? I don't see this in a safe range anymore. I mean, for me it's too much. Yeah, 30 watts, I have no problem with this temperature here, but with more than double the power, I don't see that. So I'm stopping this here. I let it cool down for a little bit, everything. So yeah, works for 30 watts definitely for me. I think not with 65 watts. Also, I haven't been able to get these 20 volts out of it. Yeah, it worked with 5 volts, 9 volts, 12 volts, but not with 20 volts. I don't know how this would happen. Maybe we can achieve that with like a MacBook or so, but definitely not with this tester. But I mean, it's a tester. It's supposed to be capable to measure that, and so it's a little bit disappointing. $35, yeah, I don't see that as a reasonable price for me. It's a nice experiment to see if such a small charger can really deliver so much power, reliable 20 volts, and so for me definitely doesn't work. And yeah, if you still want to buy it or check everything out, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing into the description for you. So do whatever you want to do. For me, it's definitely not a buy, and I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.